I will never get married as a man. Growing up, you're always taught that relationships eventually lead to a point of a union, of a marriage where you sign a government contract binding you two together. But the issue with marriages is the fact that nearly 50% of them end in divorce. Alongside
Hold on, let me stop you right now. This is not about a government contract. Marriage, see, and this is what a lot of people, men and women, misunderstand. God created marriage. God established marriage. As a matter of fact, if you look in the Bible, it wasn't no signing, no government contract when marriage began. You don't see anything like that until a much later time in the Bible. As a matter of fact, I don't even recall seeing that. Marriage is about a man and a woman making a covenant before God to be together and to do marriage God's way, to do it the way that he intended it to go. But see, the problem is, and this man is probably going to, elaborate on that. The problem is folks don't want to do it God's way, and then they want to try to figure out why it don't work. I mean, if somebody created the thing, well, don't you want to find out what he got to say about it? I'm just saying. But let's listen to this man some more, see what he got to say.
with that, women and people really don't even know what a marriage means. Most women just want the validation of being called a wife, the ring, and of course, the wedding. In order to have a long-term relationship, you really don't have to get the government involved. You can do everything that a marriage actually entails.
See, what I'm talking about. See, this man want to do the okie doke. See, he want to talk about how the women doing this and doing the flim flam and how they gonna benefit and how they be tricking and licking and all this kind of stuff like this. Listen, bro, you trying to do the same thing. You trying to, we don't need to get a government, marriage. We can do everything that the marriage entails, but we don't have to do that. What keeps you from having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Coming up one day and saying, well, because we didn't go through the government, I decided to have a polyamorous. Man, get on out of here. What? See, y'all can't listen to these people. Number one, they trying to get you to sin. And number two, they trying to get you to be stupid. See, you about to mess up. And see, if Shannon Sharp's situation didn't teach you anything, you think you avoiding 50%? You think you avoiding giving up your money? You better watch out. Y'all better watch out now. Okay.
Without signing a government contract. That includes getting a ring, having a wedding, maybe even doing a honeymoon, changing her last name, having kids together, living together. You can all do this while being married without being technically married through a contract. Now, if you are going to get married, at least to some degree, protect yourself as a man. This includes getting a prenup before you decide to sign the papers. Otherwise, you're just going to end up being another statistic and then complaining about how all women are the same. Here's why I will.
Bruh, see, look, man, look. See, this is the problem with social media. We have bombarded ourselves with all of the negative comments, all of the negativity about marriage from people like Andrew Tate and others. And this might be the case. There was some sayings or rumors out there that these men might be, going two separate ways. You know what I'm saying? They going both ways. They switch hitters. See, so y'all sitting up here listening, taking advice from switch hitters instead of going to the Bible, finding out what God has to say about it. And this is what God says about it. He says, listen, because of the urge to sexual immorality, let every man and every woman have marriage. Get married. Enjoy your marriage. Do your marriage God's way. And if you do that, all this other stuff you don't have to worry about. Amen? I'm just saying.
will never get married as a man. Growing up, you're always taught that relationships eventually lead to a point of a union, of a marriage where you sign a government contract binding you two together. But the issue with marriages is the fact that nearly 50% of them end in divorce. Alongside with that, women and people really don't even know what a marriage means. Most women just want the validation of being called a wife, the ring, and of course, the wedding. In order to have a long-term relationship, you really don't have to get the government involved. You can do everything that a marriage actually entails without signing a government contract. That includes getting the ring, having a wedding, maybe even doing a honeymoon, changing her last name, having kids together, living together, and all do this while being married without being technically married through a contract. Now, if you are going to get married, at least to some degree protect yourself as a man. This includes getting a prenup before you decide to sign the papers. Otherwise, you're just going to end up being another statistic and then complaining about how all women are the same.
Why are we listening to this man? Why? This man got all these views and all these likes. Why? And I know some of them are Christians. Why are Christians liking this video? This man is talking nonsense. He is. Ain't nothing biblical about this. So we gonna flim-flam the marriage. We're not gonna really get married. The laws in the country, especially in the U.S., say that if you're going to be married, there's certain things that you need to do. But you decide, I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid she's going to take my money, because 50% of marriages don't work. But that should not be the issue. The issue is, the question is, here's the question. Why don't they work? Well, the answer is they don't work because you ain't working it with the Bible. You're not working it with the word. And if you don't work it with the word, then marriage ain't gonna work. For instance, don't be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. And if you are looking at marrying a woman that ain't yoked with God, of course, there's a 50-50 chance. Matter of fact, there's probably a 70% chance you're going to get got. Okay? But here's another tip. Because you need to know what unequally yoked means. I'm going to tell you an easy way you can find out if that woman is really with God and if she's equally yoked with you in your relationship with God. Here it is. You ask her this one question. Two questions, actually. Are you submitted to God? She says yes to that, you go to the next one. Okay. If I were to marry you, and you asked this early on, if I were to marry you, would you submit to me as unto the Lord in everything? If she says no, if she starts giggling, if she starts into that, you need to exit stage left. You need to say, see ya. You need to run, don't look back, run on, don't look back. You better run, don't look back, run on, don't look back. That's what you need to do. You need to run. Okay. Christian truth, biblical order, no pandering allowed. I'm Mr. Z, and I'm out.